Okay, you guys, we are back with another banging video. Man, this is unfortunate, but let's talk about it, shall we? Because Malcolm Jamal Warner's name is in the media again, exactly 1 year following his passing. As you guys can remember, Malcolm Jamal Warner, we're talking about Theo from the Huxtables. He died last year while vacationing in Costa Rica on July 20th, 2025. He was 54 years old, right? No. You guys might be asking, why is Malcolm's name back in the media again? What's going on? Is there a breakthrough in his passing and his drowning? No. It is his wife who is suing his mom, saying that Malcolm had made her some prenup promises, and Malcolm didn't get around to it, so she wants it from the family trust, not from his estate, because she's saying she doesn't believe the estate carries that amount of money that she's asking for. And you would think it's a lot of money? No, honey. It's just a little bit over $1 million, right? So she wants $1,276,042.46. When you hear the details of this, you're gonna be like, Malcolm is really like that? Girl, she got played. She got played, or because while we're saying she got played, it could also be that she is trying to play the mom. Because, like, for me, it's not making any sense. It's not highly impossible. It's not even remotely far-fetched. But it's just that I know that, like, I've always considered myself to be a good person, a nice person, someone that's patient, someone that's, slow to anger, not greedy for anything that anyone has in life. And if they should pass, like, hell, I'm not fighting for any material gains. Like, for what reason? Like, life is so short. You can literally survive in a one room, literally anywhere, and just be happy and content. Happiness is a mood. It's a feeling. It's all about that internal satisfaction, because a lot of people have a lot of, humongous things on the external, and they're not happy. They are not happy. You'll see some people with some of the biggest houses, the biggest cars, and there's no one on the face of the earth more miserable than those people. So as time passes, you truly get to realize and understand how internal happiness is, and you strike for the internal. You want that peace. You want that happiness. So, like, I can't see myself fighting for any of these things. If some amount of injustice was done, I'll be fighting for justice. And people would say, it's about them. No, at that point, you fight for justice. But is it the case that his wife feels like injustice was done to her? That could be it. But at the same time, it will have you looking at her like sideways, like, girl, are you for real? That kind of vibe. Let's talk about it, right? Because according to TMZ saying they have received, according to a new lawsuit that they have obtained, Tanisha Warner is suing Malcolm's mother, Pamela Warner, who now serves as trustee of the Warner Family Trust. Tanisha claims Malcolm, best known for his role, Theo Huxtable, agreed to provide her with a number of financial benefits under a prenuptial agreement they signed in May 2022, just days before tying the knot, right? Stay with me. But she says he failed to follow through on several of the promises before his death. Like, girl, why did you stay married to that man? Why? You know, why? But listen to this, guys. Stay with me. According to the suit, Malcolm agreed to maintain $1 million life insurance policy, naming Tanisha as the sole beneficiary, but she claims he never purchased or maintained the policy. Tanisha also alleges Malcolm failed to make annual tax repayments of $16,000, a fund. So he has failed to make. So I want you guys to listen carefully to what she's saying, right? She's alleging that he has failed to make $16,000, right? Tax-free payments. So it's a annual tax-free payment of $16,000. He has failed to make that, right? He was supposed to fund a Roth IRA for her to pay for her. So he was supposed to fund Roth IRA for her, right? So Tanisha alleges Malcolm failed to make annual tax-free payments of $16,000, fund a Roth IRA for her, or pay her $5,000 monthly salary for serving as his chief of staff and assistant during marriage. That's where you're going to say, girl, you're crazy, because why didn't you demand some kind of promissory note on this if you weren't going to push for him to actually do it? You know, she should at least have something in writing, because while a verbal promise is still a promise, having it in writing, it just mitigates the hassle of you having to fight for these things, right? Now they're saying, she says the unpaid obligations total at least $1,276,042.46, including $1 million for the life insurance policy, more than $500K in anniversary payments, $30,500 for the IRA, and $195,000 in unpaid salary. Tanisha believes Malcolm's estate does not have enough assets to cover the alleged debt. So she wants the court to allow her to recover the money from his family trust. She is also seeking interest, attorney fees, and an order barring Pamela from handing out any money or property from the trust while the case plays out. So Tanisha is saying, hold off, Pam. You can't sell any house or any property as yet until I get what is rightfully mine, until I get what was owed to me, until I get what was promised to me. But I think Tanisha needs to hold herself accountable and move on with her life, because she's going to always be the problem. She is going to always be the problem, because people are going to ask, why didn't you ensure or insist that he takes care of these things while he was alive? Now, someone may look into this and say, but he couldn't have known that he would have passed. We all know that. But the point is, you have up to 90 days after your wedding to do all of this, to ensure that everything that was promised to you gets on paper.
You live in a cul-de-sac.
So you're telling us that you allowed 90 days to pass. You didn't say worst case scenario, let me push for this, and now you're doing it. You're going to look like a gold digger, even if you're not a gold digger. This is going to be one heck of a fight for her. And the mom might be stubborn enough to keep fighting back. But I guess we'll see how this turns out. Leave your comment below.